A man with a warrant for carjacking and stabbing was apprehended here in the Panhandle and is awaiting extradition back to Virginia. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a man wanted on a felony warrant out of Virginia will soon be on his way back to the East Coast to answer charges against him. Court records say 26-year-old Matthew Jordan of Alexandria, Virginia, was apprehended in Scottsbluff County last Friday and signed a waiver of extradition for a warrant saying he was wanted on 1 count of carjacking by means of violence and 4 counts of stabbing with intent to maim or kill in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Jordan was booked into the Scottsbluff County Detention Center last Thursday morning, and authorities tell KNEB News that Jordan was apprehended by the Wing Drug Task Force after officers interviewed him during an encounter at a local residence. Well, a Tuesday morning crash on Highway 26 in Scottsbluff sends one to the hospital. At approximately 10 a.m., first responders were dispatched to the intersection of Highway 26 and 25th Avenue near Menards for a 2-vehicle collision. KNEB News was on scene, and it appeared that a white Ford pickup was entering the highway and was struck by a westbound Nissan sedan. The 44-year-old female driver of the Nissan was complaining about arm pains and was transported by Valley Ambulance to Regional West. The Scottsbluff Police Department has yet to release further information about this crash. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In the current era of higher prices for practically everything, the Gering City Council received a pleasant surprise this week when awarding the contract for this year's Chip Seal project. Topcoat of Yankton, South Dakota was the only bidder, submitting a bid of just over $381,000 for the seal coating that the engineers had estimated would cost more than $427,000. City Administrator Pat Heath said that meant the city would be able to get even more pavement reconditioned.
In the bid, we put in there that the city had the option to increase the square footage of the seal coat if we chose to do that. We have budgeted $500,000 for the project. We know engineering is going to be roughly about $30,000. So it's our intention to use that unit price and do as much as we can, and we'd like to do somewhere in that $470,000 range, give or take a little bit. Depending on engineering, and for a total of $500,000 for the project.
Among the streets to get the treatment are Shadow Ridge Drive, the majority of Pacific Boulevard, much of U Street from west of the high school to the landfill, and more. Well, former Scottsbluff County Commissioner Glenn Schleve has passed away at the age of 80. Schleve passed away Monday at Regional West, and a memorial service for him will be held on Monday. He was elected to serve District 2 in the November 2016 election. Schleve was also an Army veteran, law enforcement officer, and EWC criminal justice instructor before being elected as commissioner. And one lucky player who bought a 2x2 lotto ticket in North Platte for Monday night's drawing is holding a ticket worth $22,000. The Nebraska Lottery has confirmed that one ticket sold from Monday's drawing and matched all 4 winning numbers for the $22,000 top prize. The ticket was sold at the Quick Stop on East 4th Street with the winning numbers of red 4 and 10 and white 11 and 25. The overall odds of winning that top prize are more than 1 in 105,000. Well, still to come, we'll head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features. Colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens. Brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, the beat goes on and on and on across the area as we have clear to partly cloudy skies this evening, temps falling down into the 60s. But generally speaking, it's going to be a quieter night tonight. Storms possible tomorrow, especially Friday. Drier this weekend, and temps are going to remain just downright hot. 96 yesterday after a morning low of 59. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're now below normal for the month and over 3 inches below normal for the year. It's hot here this evening. Upper 90s, low 100s out there. Most everybody now has fallen below 100, but 99 still pretty hot. And again, you could see a few showers and storms possible there in the southeastern corner of Wyoming into southwestern Nebraska. Same general areas as yesterday. Severe weather threat, though, pretty minuscule today. And tomorrow will bring in a slight risk of some thunderstorms. And then maybe on Friday, our best chance of storms out of the next 7 days and a marginal risk of some severe storms here in the region. So tonight you can see a few showers out there. Those quickly die off and move on, and they're out of the forecast later on tonight. Again, a pretty quiet night out there, and lows that are going to fall down into the, well, mostly in the 60s. They're not going to get into the 50s overnight. It doesn't look like. We'll stay in the 60s. Tomorrow, a downright scorcher. We're going to have sunshine out there through most of the day. Not much in the way of thunderstorm chances late in the day. Again, some of those same areas of the last couple of days, an isolated shower or storm. That's really about it. And we're going to cook tomorrow. Sizzling highs and 100 to 106 out there on the board in Ogallala. A few areas may only get into the upper 90s. And not much coming in the way of precip here over the next 36 hours. Again, if you get under one of those heavier showers, you might see some rainfall, but I wouldn't hold your breath that most of us are going to see much in the way of rain. 65 tonight, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, sunshine, a stray storm maybe, 103. Woo, that is toasty. We're going to cool off 5 degrees into the upper 90s on Friday, bringing a better chance of storms. 98 to 101 will take us all the way through the rest of the extended forecast as we remain locked and entrenched into this hot and mostly dry weather pattern.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Welcome back. For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Fluffernutter, a 1-year-old domestic shorthair who has been at the Panhandle Humane Society since May. Fluffernutter loves to run around and explore every little nook and cranny. Staff says her favorite thing is to use her scratching post and play with her toys. Her ideal home would be one with no other pets. That way she can be the center of attention. Adoption cost is just $50, and that includes her spay, microchipping, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Fluffernutter will also get a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, Monday afternoon into Tuesday morning, the Scottsbluff National Monument was host of a checkpoint stop for the American Solar Challenge, making its way along the historic Oregon Trail. 10 single and double occupant solar-powered vehicles from universities and colleges across the nation started last Friday from Independence, Missouri, with 8 of them passing through our area this week. Chase Anderson was piloting the University of Minnesota car that reached the monument first on Monday and said aside from watching the road at speeds of up to 70 miles an hour, he also had to keep an eye on battery current.
Number one thing is battery current. That's what I've struggled with just in the past few months, just understanding what is too much, what is too little, and how much battery current you should pull to get your acceleration to the point where at your target speed when you need it. Yeah, we haven't had any catastrophic events with the battery in regards to pulling current and driving, but we don't want to entertain that possibility.
The senior electronics engineer student from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, says it's quite an awesome thing to take part in such an event with so many knowledgeable competitors. After the local stop and some recharging of batteries for both vehicles and occupants, the car is headed west to Casper with a scheduled finish this Saturday in Twin Falls, Idaho. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.